Betts Kenilworth on Tuesday. You've got in race 1 the 2 runners. You've got Tanaron, who ran a game race on debut, and also Stu's Girl, who has she come on from her debut.
Yeah, Vicky Tanaron, very nice debut run from her, obviously in a winner's race. I think, Vaughan's filly, just on experience that day, I think finished ahead of her. She's a lovely filly. She shows a lot at home. Looking at the field of the race runners, she's obviously, her form is, a standout amongst those lots. Obviously, you never know what you're taking on in the form of the unraced fillies, but she's doing well enough at home, and if she can repeat that first run, or she's come on from that first run, she certainly will have a good chance. The other filly got also a nice race first time out. She was a little bit green and she got a bit tired. I think she would have come on from that run a bit. I don't know if she's quite ready yet just to break her maiden, but she certainly will run an improved race, and perhaps she could have a money chance. She's quite a quick little thing.
In race 2, Tom's Diner, you've got Mornay up. He's had the 4 runs. Is he strengthening up as a horse?
Yeah, I think you can probably put a line through that last run of his. He went very hard to the front all the way, and he just, he just compounded that last part. I think it was a lot to ask of him. So I think ridden differently this time. He hasn't really got a draw, so he's going to be forced to drop in. It's not really the biggest of fields, and I don't think it's the strongest of fields. Probably 1 or 2 there to beat, but he certainly, if he, as I say, if he can produce what I thought he may have produced last time, having a slightly better ride, he should maybe have a money chance there.
Race 3, Maneki Neko, Elder up. He's always there and thereabouts. Is he better over the 1,000 meters though, as opposed to the 1,200?
Well, I would like to have run him in the 1,000 meters in the work riders race, but unfortunately that race fell away. So I have got him in the 12. Look, he probably should go further. There's no reason why he shouldn't go more than 1,000. He probably should even go 1,400 meters, but unfortunately he's not the soundest of horses. He's plagued with issues, and he's got a myriad of problems. So, the 1,000 meters is easier for him. It's easier to hold him together, and it's just an easier type of race for him. But as far as pedigree goes, and there's no reason why he shouldn't get the 12. He's actually doing a little better than what he has been doing. I think once we get a bit of rain as well, he might be slightly better off then as well. But looking at that field, there are 1 or 2 there to beat that have got a little bit of form. But again, if he can repeat his last run, he certainly will have an each way chance.
Race 4, Philosophize, a bit of a wide draw to contend, but does seem to have a good turn of foot. What type of run are you expecting from her?
She never also gets a decent draw, Vicky. She's a very consistent filly. She's very hot, and she's busy, and she gets on with things all the time. So she's not the most pleasant of rides, but she's very honest, and it was a little bit sharp for her last time, the 1,400. She was running on very nicely. Again, we're not drawn well, so we're going to have to come from a little bit off them, I think. I would love to have had a draw with her where you could just park her off where you want to. I think she would be very competitive, but she's not without a chance there. I think she's got a good each way chance if the run hasn't come too close to her last run.
Race 6, Fly Futura, thankfully drawn well, and he seemed to do all the work up front last time. Do you think this time he could find the money again?
He's definitely strengthening up all the time, Vicky. He's a lovely horse, and he's taking his work a lot better now. I think in another 6 months' time, I think you'll only see the best of him. But he's a horse that's going to get a bit of ground. I just hope that the 2,000 doesn't come a little bit too soon for him. But looking at the field, he must have a good chance there. As I say, he's doing well at home, and he is the kind of horse that is looking for ground if it's not just a little bit too soon, the 2,000 meters. But he's got a nice draw, and hopefully he can have things his own way.
Race 7, Grandiosa, Elder up. She's never too far off. I seem to say that about a lot of them, but they're sort of just milling about. Will the 1,400 meters be a bit sharp for her, though?
I don't know if it'll be a bit sharp for her. She too strengthened up a lot. She's really, putting it together a lot better than what she was early on in her career. She's got a nice turn of foot, so I think in a 1,400, where there's always a pace and a horse with a turn of foot, I think they get away with it. At one stage, I thought she was probably looking for 1,800, but on her last run, she was traveling quite well most of the way, and I think she could have finished a bit closer last time than what she did. If she repeats that, she looks very well at the moment. She certainly is another filly that could be in the money, and I would include her.
In race 8, 2 runners, Night Tiger, who seems to really love Morna and run for him, and then Dragonfly, who's no luck with draws, but now drops down to the 1,200. You think he'll enjoy chasing them in the sprint?
I don't know. Dragonfly is a tricky horse, Vicky. He probably wants to go further, but he doesn't really enjoy going around the turn, and he always ends up at the back of the field, can't make up the ground. They don't go hard enough, so back up the straight where the type of race suits him, but I think he's also probably coming to the end of his career now. This is probably going to be his last run on Saturday. I would imagine if he doesn't show anything, then, you know, perhaps I'll probably think of retiring him, but he's had a wind up and things like that, which I think, you know, hold him back a little bit. So, yeah, I can't really be confident of his chances. Night Tiger, always very consistent. He's got top weight. He's got a big weight to carry, but I think he pretty much carries it well enough. You know, I opted running him in the 1,000 meters on Saturday as opposed to this race with a lower weight. And I ended up running him with a big weight again over the 12. I think he enjoys the 12 more than he does a 5. So, yeah, he's doing well. He's consistent. He always runs a good race. Must have a good chance.